Welcome to another Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. This is my 133rd video in a little over a year and a half. So not doing so bad. I hit 412 subscribers, so I feel very confident that my channel is a success now and will soon be in other ways. I am sharing with you part 4 of my theme of cows on banknotes. When I started doing themes, I envisioned being able to do all of the videos in a theme that I was able to come up with at a time. But whenever I started pulling out from my collection coins and banknotes with cows on them, I realized that I would have probably a 2-hour video. So I decided to take an odd number and do videos and have part 1, part 2, part 3. I'm now at part 4, and believe it or not, I prepared through part 9 videos on just the theme of cows on banknotes. I'm very pleased with that topic. I grew up in Oklahoma in the Panhandle and in southwest Kansas, where cows were a very prominent part of our life. Yes, we ate these cows, but we also had them for milk, and we children raised them for show. And I love these cows. I bottle-fed cows, and I've been licked by enough cows to know that they can be a very pleasant and pleasing animal. I really respect them as mothers to their calves, and I appreciate everything they've done for me in my life. And it pleases me to have such a popular theme to share with you guys. So without any further ado, let me share with you the 7 banknotes I have with cows for part 4 of my cows on banknote theme. The first note I'm starting out with is a Uganda 500 shillings. This is a pick 25 banknote, and you can see on the back of the note the groupings of longhorned African cattle that we have here, while on this side we have a farm worker harvesting coffee beans from a bush. So it's pretty exciting. It's a beautiful note, and here's the face of that same note. Now, incidentally, I'm a numismatic, or I'm an A&A judge, and I like to exhibit as well. I am a best of show winning exhibitor at national shows as well. Haven't won a lot, but I have won some. And the other day I thought, you know what would be a cool thing to do? It would be cool to just take a random banknote and see just how many themes I could fit this note in. So I took this note that you're looking at right here, this Bank of Uganda, 500 shillings. And here's all the ways and themes I found that would include this note in them. If you wanted to put together a collection of notes with the same catalog number, pick 25, or the same year, 1966, where the color is blue, purple, the denomination shilling, the number 500, the paper substrate, notes that measured 152 by 86 millimeters, rectangular notes, 6-digit serial numbers, fractional prefix numbers, national arms, lathe work, spears, cranes, gazelles, drum, shields, sun, 2 signatures, maps, triangles, watermark, offset register, B, as in bzzz, scales, mottos, banners, diamonds, hexagon, cotton, coffee beans. And then here on the other side, we also can find orange, English, Swahili, tank tops, leaves, berries, bushes, black workers. Well, I mean, Uganda, you would expect that there would be Africans on an African note. Let's see, farmers, cows, horns, ears, eyes, nose, bulls, half circles, stars of David, gold, green, intaglio. There's at least 51 different themes that this note would fit into. I don't know why I took the time to share that with you, but this is some of the weirdness that goes through my mind when I'm trying to put together a video. Let's move on to the next note in my theme of cows. This note is a beautiful green Ethiopian 100 burr. Let me just get that centered for you there. This 100 burr has a design on it that you will find on some of the other banknotes of the series, but I like it with this one. It's a little bit obscured by this beautiful strip here, but there is a pair of cows or oxen being used to plow a field. The back of the note is that of a scientist and some sort of plant. Mind you, whenever I do a video on an individual note, I usually spend more time going into detail. Let's move on to the next note in this grouping. It is from Vanuatu. I love to just say that word, Vanuatu. Vanuatu, 100 Vatu. This is the first banknote that the nation issued. It's a PIC 1A. And on this side, you see not just English and French used on this. You see the pigeon underneath the gentleman who is there, on their arms. And it says, "Long God, you me stand up." And that means for a long time, God and you and me are standing together. Or, there's probably easier ways to say it, but pigeon is one of those things where if you sit down, you almost understand it just listening to it spoken. On the back side, we have a herd of cows or cattle. And, unlike the landscapes where I grew up, instead of forest where I never saw cows in a forest, I always saw them in a bare field. This one has them in a forest, but not just of regular trees. This is a forest of coconut trees, which is, I guess, how you would find cattle if you ever visit Vanuatu. Let's look at the next note in the series, and I'm sharing with you a note from Mauritania. Very beautifully graphic design note. Lovely piece. Very detailed, and not surprising at all in the use of Islamic art, which is beautiful and doesn't show any humans or animal renditions. But you turn the note over, and we have some musical instruments, we have some construction, and there in the foreground at the center of the note we have a lovely bovine. Just love this note. It's a very well designed note from a country that I don't always see notes from, and I like the tradition behind it and the beauty of it. It's some of the prettier notes that African nations have produced. Here's a banknote, a 20 shilling from Somalia. And this is a note from 1983, and on the front we see a lot of graphic designs, palaces, which is probably some government building of some sort. And then when we turn the note over, a lovely natural setting of a field, some trees on the perimeter, and a herd of cattle. Just lovely. Just lovely. Beautiful animals, and I know when I see a group of beasts this big, I'm not even afraid. You can walk in amongst some of the most docile bovines. Be careful if there's a bull or if there's some calves, and especially if they have horns, but I grew up not having fear of them, and I think they can tell that. Let's move on to the next note in the series. I just have two more, and then the 7 notes from this part 4 of my series on cows will be done. The next note I'm sharing with you is from the Sudan, and it's a 5 pound. And if you take a look on the left of the logo at the center, we have a rural setting which depicts cows. I don't know, maybe it's because I miss my childhood, but these sort of scapes give me great pleasure. I love the redness of this note. This is the back of the note, and this side of the note does nothing for me. But the cows on the other side, cows equal peace of mind. And the final note I want to share with you is another African note, and it is from the Gambia. And here it is from the Gambia. It's a 5 Dalasis, and it is from 2006. The interesting thing about the 5 Dalasis is I've seen this vignette of a child called a girl and called a boy. And I tend to think it's that of a girl child because of the wearing of jewelry, and the fact that there's a Islamic population in the Gambia tends to have me thinking this is a girl child. So I don't know for sure. If you do, let me know. Love the birds. Love the graphic designs. There's a little monkey right there. Love it. There's a boat. Looks like there's a palm tree. And then when you turn it over, a splendid scene of a herd of cows and a caretaker, or like we would call him in Oklahoma and Kansas, a cowboy. Caballero. Anyway, it's a beautiful topic to collect, and by the time I'm done with my series, I will have had more than 9 videos, and each video will have had 7, so I'm at 63 and counting different kinds of cows on banknotes. And I know I have a fan out there who has several hundred and has won some awards for his cultivation of collectibles that depict the cow. With all due respect to my fans around the world, the cow is definitely an animal that should be appreciated. It is sometimes underrated, and it is not taken seriously enough by a bunch of people. It is an important part of a nation's economy, culture, and care of their child and children, to be respectful to everything and all the gifts that we have in our lives that come from cows. Thank you for the blessing of cows. Enjoy my videos. If you haven't thought about subscribing, please like and subscribe and share. My goal is to have 1,000 subscriptions and to be able to spend even more time creating the videos that my fans want to see. If you have any questions, concerns, if you want to cuss me or discuss me, feel free to comment in the section below. And if you're decent, I won't erase your comment, and we'll discuss it where everybody can participate. Have a jewel of a day.